Hello and welcome to this edition of Big Scott 35 Cards, where today we're going to get into one of the ones I really like to open is Topps Museum Collection. I don't have too much of this. It's a little bit pricier. It was like $2.19, I believe, for a box. And it comes out in the middle of the year, and it's a bunch of stuff that comes out. Right now, I know, Topps Stadium Club, Panini Optic, which I'm not going to get any of. And I know what's the Topps Allen Ginter expect to come out, which I really like too. Um, so it's really hard for me to get this. I might pick up another box later, but right now I want to open up and see what I got. So, all right, we're going to get into this, and please stay after this opening because I'm going to give my opinions on a few things today. Some things that have been going on in the hobby, what people have been doing videos on. But right now, we're going to be doing this Topps Museum Collection. Each mini box guarantees one of the cards below: on card autograph, autograph relic, quad relic, or prime relic. So, and this box I'm a little bit gentler with. It's got one of my PCs on it, Cal Ripken, a young Cal Ripken at that. So this box, I've been keeping all my boxes anyway. I kind of started doing that this year, really over the winter. I wish I'd been doing it all along. I started keeping some of the older stuff that I opened, older wax. Alright, so open her up, and oh, that's pretty cool because like it's got young Cal on here, and then the mini box has a little bit of an older Cal, more matured Cal, which I find that's pretty cool. Topps to do that, huh? So you got a young and a more distinguished Cal. And now we're going to have one pack in our box. And usually these are a little bit thicker stock. See, it comes in a silver, a little bit better protected covering than a regular package. I have not seen any of these opened. I did watch some box breaks of Stadium Club yesterday, but man, these already really like them. The only thing I don't like is the name is hard to see, which I've been having a problem with here the last couple years. Yadier Molina, I guess that's the base. Oh, we got a on card off the giddy up of, wow, a big card right here. Yeah, I mean, it's a veteran player. I will take this all day. Jim Rice. I believe he's one that you can get through the mail. But man, still, it's Jim Rice. Jeesh, what a card. I have to send this out to one of my friends I grew up with. It's numbered out of 299. He's a big Red Sox fan. Me and him watched the '86 World Series together. And today I got an Orioles t-shirt on from 2014. Again, a little bit of a corner issue, but these cards, thicker stock, a little bit more compression to it. It's so you're going to find some corner issues straight out of packages a lot of times, especially with quad relics, because they'll have the inside and they're really hard to get high grades. And I'm just right now, I'll put it in a hard top loader. That one is going to probably go into a one touch, just because I don't even know if that's a big autograph in the autograph world, but to me it is. So I guess the brown is not base. That is an alternate card color of Yadi, Carlos Carrera. And all of these will most likely go in plastic for me, since this is a higher end card. A lot of these will actually go in books. Rhys Hoskins and David Ortiz. Now, I love that Jim Rice, and I know this has a very short checklist. And with that, I have an issue when they start putting too many veterans in this. And I know it's Topps Museum. It's supposed to be, I mean, the nostalgia aspect of it. I love the new players. I like collecting new stuff, even though I love the guys from the, I mean, this is my era. Jim Rice, Cal Ripken, that's who I grew up with. I mean, my favorite players are, you know, Gary Carter, Johnny Bench, which I was very young when he ended. But I do like Cal, Ken Griffey, Frank Thomas. I was collecting Harper. I just can't do it now that he's with the Phillies. I mean, he's still over there. If you can see, I still have a shelf of Harper stuff over there. Very nice Harpers. Christian Yelich in the brown, and on this one we got a auto, and this is a sticker auto bat, 3-piece bat of Matt Kemp with the Reds. And as I was saying before, it's really hard to get really good grades, because on the inside of this, sometimes there'll be, especially these color variants, and this is numbered out of 199. It'll be like little notches taken out of it along with that. Now, these are not as compressed as others. This is put together very well, and I like what Topps is doing. And I'm going to bring this up now, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit later after this, is some of the older ones. This would have been easy, real easy to separate, and if it was a material card, game used uniform, and it was just a plain color, you know, it'd be easy to take that out, or not easy, but it could be done and replaced with something with a little bit more color to it. And I don't know how rampant that is going. I was watching a video and they were talking about it. Yeah, I couldn't stand for that. And I'll get into more of that a little bit later, and other topics that seem to be on the message boards right now. Going into the National. Jeter, Ohtani, Adrian Beltre, which should be a first ballot Hall of Famer, I would believe. One autograph or relic card inside. So you get a hit on every one of these inner boxes, so that's really, really nice. Oh, got a numbered card right off the bat of Chris Sale /50. Very nice. Very nice, Chris Sale out of 50. like that. Did look have a different color brown to it. And wow, nice patch. Got the piping there and a little pinstripe of Aroldis Chapman. I don't see a numbering on this one anywhere, so it's non-numbered. And it does say game used material. I haven't seen very much of the stickers this year. I don't know if they're only doing that in like definitive or what. Chipper Jones, newly to the Hall of Fame. Kyle Tucker, Manny Machado. I just really like these cards. Always have since the first time I got them. I can't remember how long ago it's been now, but I believe this is probably either this or the Tribute was the first box of cards that I paid. I take that back. I know exactly what I paid for. 5-star. I paid for one pack of cards for like $100. Could not believe I was doing it at the time. I just started getting to a point in life where I had extra money, and so I did it just for fun. And I can't tell you what I got in it, but I remember loving it. It wasn't 5-star either. It was tier 1. Gosh, Scott, get it together. Tier 1. So Andrew Benintendi is the brown one. Oh, nice. Out of 50. Oh, then I got another one flipped around upside down. So I might have got an extra hit. Was a Odor, who was hitting the ball now. Out of 50. Again, it looks like it might have a little ding on the corner, but it might. I think it's just where the light was hitting it. I want to look at that other congratulations card, Noah Syndergaard, which is great. I wish I'd got that signed. Fernando Tatis, who's being a real deal. And this is congratulations. Oh, it's a canvas collection. Looks like Carlos Carrera. No, Alex Bregman. Wow, that's more like Carlos Carrera. You received a Canvas Collection reproduction card from the 2019 Topps Museum Collection Baseball. Non-numbered. So there you have it. So we'll just go to non-numbered Browns real quick. Should pull those out. Yachty, Yelich, and Benintendi. And to 51 I got was Chris Sale. Not bad at all. And I got this to 50 of Odor. Just a plain red patch. You would think like something with this little bit price tag, they could do better than just plain red patch, but I'll take it. Canvas collection, should have Bregman. Nothing to sneeze at. And let's start with Chapman. Non-numbered. Little quad material. And a three-piece bat, a Matt Kemp sticker auto. And that one was numbered out of 199. And then the Jim Rice. And I think just because the signature's off a little bit to the right, it kind of throwing me off, making the card look a little off center for me. But, and then that's numbered out of 299. And that one is on card. So, wow, again, Topps Museum. It's not a super high end. It's not a definitive or anything crazy like that, or Panini Flawless or anything crazy along that line. Like I said, I got this for a little like $219. But man, beautiful cards. Pictures are nice, glossy, nice thick stock. The materials I had to put into a fatter penny sleeve, and then the regular the autos just went into a regular sleeve, penny sleeve. I'll figure out which top loaders they fit in better, or like I said, the Jim Rice will go into a one touch. I gotta figure out which one fits better, because you want to make sure they fit right. If not, you'll pinch the sides or put dents in them, because the thicker stocks are just easier to dent. So with that being said, please like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, tell me what's going on, tell me, you know, the National. And I'm acting like I'm going to end this, but you know what I'm going to do is, please stand by. I'm going to do a little wrap up. I'm not really talk about this, but I'm going to talk about some things that I got on my mind. So stay tuned. 2, 1. Thanks for sticking around for this video. I'm going to get a little serious here for this hobby. I love this hobby. Just a little background. I was born in 71. My dad picked up cards starting around 74 for me. And then it just went from there. I didn't have a lot in the 70s, but I grew up in a baseball family. We talked a lot about baseball, so the 70s and 80s players are very strong in my mind. If you hear me talk about them, like the Cal Ripkens, things like that. So I collected all the way up until the 80s, the junk era, a little bit in the 90s, but I got that age where after high school, going into the college years, tried the college route, didn't work, went to work, living on my own. I didn't have a lot of extra money for any hobbies, much less I was eating a lot of bologna sandwiches, but having a great time. But you know, I got back real heavy into this hobby probably about 15 years ago. Probably started getting back into it, and I started realizing, man, it really changed. I started getting autographs and packs and memorabilia, and I'd never seen that before. So it all caught me off guard. Had to relearn it and what was going on. Still learning to this day, as you can tell in my videos. But with the National coming up, this huge card show, I've been going to a lot more card shows, traveling around here in the Midwest where I live at now. And now some things have come up, and I've started this doing PSA grading. I'm doing the 71s, really just trying to get the set, but I really would like to graduate it to a graded set. So I'm looking for like 6s, even 5s. I'll be happy with 5s because it's such a hard set. But man, I watched some videos with this PSA grading and like PWCC, and the difference between fixing the cards and actually changing the cards, and I guess manipulating them, or I forget. I watched a video on, I think it's called Cardbreaker or Cardboard Chronicles. Great blog or vlog or whatever you want to call it. And he had a gentleman on there, and they were talking about it from earlier in the year. And then he had just lately, and I want to say his last name, because if I say his first name, it's going to be like I'm familiar with him. We are not familiar. I don't know this person, but his name is Brent from PWCC. I believe he owns the business. And PWCC is a consignment. They sell stuff at auction. And I guess they're getting caught up in this and being blamed for selling items that they know have been changed. And Baseball Card Collector had a video with the person, and you know, I jumped on the bandwagon with everybody else saying, man, you know, if there's money to be made, somebody's going to manipulate the system to make as much money as they can. Well, you know, there was one of the pictures where he had a 4.5 of a older card, and somebody supposedly broke the card out of the plastic PSA, pressed the corners, got rid of some white edges, however they did it. They keep saying trimming, cutting, and I don't, man, I want to see how that is done because would be amazing to me. But I believed in wetting and cutting and getting the corners looking better, and it got back a 7. And then it was sold on PWC for 100 times. I mean, I forget, I think it was sold for 100 some dollars, and the person sold it for 30 some thousand dollars on PWCC. And the more I thought about it and took a breath and step back, you know what? Now, the people that are complaining are not the ones that are purchasing these cards after the fact. I haven't really seen anybody come out online and say, "Oh, I got ripped off." PWCC hasn't had any claims to people wanting their money back. Uh, I, so I don't know where the issue is lying. And it doesn't seem to be on like $20 cards. It seems to be these outrageous. I mean, they showed one of a T206. And if it's restoration, I was a history major in college. I still love history. Read books of history. I learned about the cards. That's part of the reason why I love baseball cards, because it is a history of the game. And when somebody restores a T206, which is a tobacco card from the early 1900s, bravo. I mean, thank you for saving our history. You know, but making more money and knowingly try to let somebody pay for it without knowingly know it, that was where my issue is. And in PWCC, the Brent kept saying he didn't knowingly sell it. PSA is grading these cards. He's selling it. He didn't find out till during the auction. He said, "What am I supposed to do? Stop the auction?" And to me, yes, stop the auction. Everybody would understand if you stopped the auction, came out and said, "Oh, this card has been altered. The person that owns it told me it was not altered. Altered is a bad word. Restored." And then let people judge from there how much they're willing to pay for it. And it probably would not have changed a bit on how much the card got sold. And then my other problem is these cards that people are saying are evidence. They're circling like marks on a card, and then the same card comes back. Well, man, 1950s or 60 cards, they made a print run. It might have a watermark on all the print runs. You can't say that card and that card is the same card without having them serial numbered. I mean, and I'm kind of, that's the upsetting part, is people are blaming people with circumstantial evidence and saying it's true. And one of the people that's big on blowout cards talking about it, he's got the letters COMC, which is check out my cards. And guess what? They're another consignment shop. So they're pointing the finger at PWCC, which I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm glad that people are bringing it to light. Now, there's people that, are calling for the FBI and all this stuff. Just take a breath. Just, whoa, wait a minute. Is it really that bad? I mean, now, if people, like I said when I was opening cards, are cutting them open and changing stuff in the card and altering the card, most definitely that is fraud. Most definitely those people need to get in trouble. Like the guy at the National last year that got busted with the fake autographs. I don't know what happened to him, but I'm sure it wasn't good. I thought they were going to do mail fraud and everything else to him from last I heard. And he got taken out right in the middle of the show, and they closed his stuff down, wheeled everything out. I wish I would have saw it. I didn't see it. I saw it on the news that night while sitting in my hotel room, and I was so upset I missed it. But I saw the empty tables the next day, and I thought it was hilarious. So what I like about all of this, it's bringing a knowledge to people so we can be aware of it. And just like Baseball Collector says, he almost knows. He made a big case to put all of his PSA cards in, his graded cards. He, without a doubt, he knows he's got probably something that's been tampered with, altered, restored, whatever. But you know what? They're sealed, graded cards. It's not like they broke it open and changed the cards. And that's the other one I have a problem with. I've also been seeing on eBay that people will use a stock photo of a 7 card and then send another 7. And you're thinking you're getting a 7 that has perfect like centering, and you get a 7 with a different number on the top, and it'll be because the corners are messed up as a 7, and you might be a center collector instead of 4 sharp corners. I've heard that going on, and that's eBay needs to step in on that. eBay really needs to make sure what's going on. eBay almost needs a separate part of their company to deal with card auctions, because it is a big deal and it's generating a lot of money for them. And with that being said, I don't know if I cleared up which way I stand yet. I mean, I love the restoration part of it because I love the history part of it. But yes, they need to, if the seller needs to acknowledge this card has been restored. But if they bought it and they honestly don't know, and then they got passed on to PWCC, you know, and you know, one of the cards was a Mike Trout, which was out of 199, so it was easy to follow. Now that card you could tell was messed with. Now that one, yes, but there's not a database that follows these cards as of yet. But it sounds like PWCC is in on doing that, and I guess PSA's already started a database with pictures. So hopefully that's the way we're going. So, you know, I know I don't have a lot of people that watch my YouTube channel, but you know, the people that do, please go out, watch Baseball Chronicles, Baseball Collector. There's a couple of other good people that I can't remember. This guy's doing short ones, and I followed him this week, and I can't think of who it is. And man, it's only like, his videos are only 8 or 9 minutes long, but man, it is so full of knowledge, of good news. And God, I wish I could remember who it is. If I have time, I'll look it up and I'll put it on in the bottom, so that way you can go see it. And I just want to share with the knowledge as well, especially with the National coming up. And I'm hoping to see some people at the National and maybe talk more, because I think we're heading in the right direction. Awareness is the only thing that's going to help, and it's not going to stop. I mean, I'm sorry, you know, the card shop guy I went to when I was a kid, I mean, he would, I bet you he would sell it, you know, mark up a card 50% higher than what it was supposed to be to his mama. So, you know, stuff, it doesn't, excuse me, this stuff doesn't like blow my mind away that somebody's doing it. It's just, we just need to be aware and conscientious of it. And to me, if a PSA grades it a 10, it's a 10. All right, so please like, subscribe, let me know how you feel. I mean, you know, you can tell me I'm full of S all you want, and I will probably agree with you, because it depends on which way the wind is blowing on this deal. And I bought some PSA grades, and I'm starting to get into it. And but most of my PSA grades, I sent them in. I've done the work, and I got other problems with PSA outside of this. And I'll talk about that next time I have some PSA, or maybe after the National. So please, again, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when I have some enlightenment like this. Leave me a comment, share, tell a friend. And I will be getting back with y'all shortly, probably the next few weeks, let you know how I'm packing for the National, what all I'm doing. So until then, get the ripping. See ya.